Hey folks, a little update. I got a tensioner on the slack side of my chain now, um, so that is pretty good. I have a couple things it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to fix. So the hole in the middle of the sprocket is not perfectly centered. I don't think I'm going to be able to fix that because that is sitting right on the axle. So that's just going to be what it is. And the other thing is that the sprocket does have a little bit of wobble to it, and I have looked and fiddled with it. I don't think I'll be able to correct that either, so that I'm just going to have to figure out how to live with that. I think it'll be okay with the tensioner. I did have to modify the tensioner a little bit, but it seems to fit really good now, and I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to permanently mount it. I've got it on with 3 zip ties right now, as you can see. It's pretty solid right there. I mean, it's not moving. So I'll work on I don't know, I'll work on something to see if I can't get this a little bit more permanently installed. But for now, yeah, that's sitting on there really good, and it's putting a little tension on that chain, and so hopefully that'll be enough to keep it from skipping. If not, well, I'll keep working on it. But for now, I got that. And then I also made this really great little wood bracket to hold my headlight battery in place. So now I can shorten the wires here, don't need them that long, and put a permanent connector on there. But it works. Turn it on. If I can find the switch. There it is. Yep. Turn it on, turn it off. Yay. So I got that. And then I've got all the fans taken off right now because I wanted to find out how many amps all of the non-motor parts take. Well, I got my BMS in the mail finally. So there it is. 8S. Also came with a little 8-wire balance connector. Normally that would be 9 because of the one negative lead, but in this case the negative is the negative terminal on the BMS. So so what I have then is, so I've got my battery that is charged a little above nominal, so it's 30.5 volts total. Okay, and then the way this works is the negative terminal of the battery connects to the negative battery port on the BMS, and then the power negative on the BMS goes out to everything, and that is how the BMS shuts off the battery if there's an issue. And then all of the positives are connected by these little leads, and that's how it does all its balancing and monitoring and stuff. So I was hoping to put it, like on the side somewhere, but I don't think that's going to work. I want it close to the terminals, so it's going to have to be near here. Won't fit on this side, so I'm going to put it on the top. And then we'll have to put these leads on, but before we can do any of that, let's turn the soldering iron on too, so it's ready for when we want it. But before we can do any of that, we're going to need some exposed ends here. It's not coming off, so I'm going to call it good enough for the moment. Okay. So the next is going to be twice 3.6. Oops, we're going to look for the next connection, which is around 7.2 volts. And that should be this one. Not 7.6, close enough. Okay, so here's the connection. It's a hair. Okay, so next I want this number 2 cable, or wire. Okay, I'll just tug that guy out there. And then he's going to come over here, number 2, and connect up with that guy. So I'm going to try to do it left-handed, since I am left-handed this time. A little bit less awkward, hopefully. Did it work? Hey, it worked, all right. Sometimes I forget to let it cool first. And then it comes off right as it's solidifying, and it's like, oh, now I gotta do it again. Okay, so that was 7.6 volts. The next one is around 10.8-ish. And that'll be on the other side again. So let's see, we did that one. Should be this one next? 11.4, yep, close enough. Come on, you, melty melty. Well, maybe we will need a little bit more solder. Sometimes it helps if you get a little bit of molten solder on the soldering iron itself. There we go. There we are. That work? Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely on there. So, okay. But I'm going to temporarily stick this piece of tape around here. To make sure oh, for crying out loud, to make sure that the bottom of the BMS doesn't come in contact with the electrical bits of the battery while I'm playing with this here. One thing I'm especially happy about is I've got all the soldering and hot gluing done for the battery. So I had the battery all put together and it was all, you know, working, but I needed a balance lead for the battery monitor. I needed I need more balance leads for the charger, right? These are thicker cables because they're going to carry current. This one is just going to go to the battery monitor. It doesn't need to be robust, so I made this cable out of 2 old USB cables, which gave me 8 wires, and then I had to get another wire for an oversized wire for the 9th cable, because I don't have any little bitty cables like this laying, or wires like this laying around. But anyway, I had a lot of this, so I'll use that. And then yeah, these beefier ones will be for the balance thing, but the socket is I have to solder these after I get the box together, so they're still just, you know, loose like that. But I got everything all hot glued down here, and so it doesn't look too terrible. Everything in the back here is pretty simplified because I'm not planning on opening up this side unless I really have to. But you know, since all the fuses are on this side, I'm quite happy to have all the mess over here, all the complicated stuff, fuses and all that. So I can open up this side and do whatever it is I need to do, hopefully. Or do nothing, which would be even better. And then I got the main in-out connector, and I got a it's stuck. There we go. I got a temperature sensor, which will go up to a little meter gauge on the dashboard, and it will give me one of two temperature readings. The other one will be on the motor, but yeah, this one is on the battery, so that'll give me the idea of the temperature inside the battery box. What else? Oh, I got the wood back of the box, or I guess the left side once it's on the bike. And then I got the right panel cut out. And this one is polycarb, and it's fuzzy now because it's still got the protective coating on both sides. But I got those cut, and I don't remember where I left off last, but I got the connective posts installed, and I got, you know, lots of insulation around them so they don't touch anything important, and these little spacers are threaded, so they can't move around and make a gap or anything like that. So everything's all happy and ready to go. So I just need to come up with the small pieces around the edges, and then I need to come up with a way to mount it to the bike. Okay, battery box is built. So I got the bulk output, I got a high amp connection installed with thick wires for balancing. I got thinner wires for monitoring the balance, and a temperature sensor lead. That's coming out the front. So this can go on the e-bike now. I haven't figured that part out yet, but yeah, I'll secure that to the e-bike somehow and go from there. If it works, I'll take it back apart, you know, paint it, waterproof it, that sort of thing. But yeah, that's the battery box. So this still has the protective coating on it. I thought it would be cool to be able to see the battery inside the box. So, all right, well, we'll see what happens next.